WordNerds. First up, sorry this video is a little late today. My life is just kind of a crazy, hectic mess right now, which is just great. But today I wanted to talk about a kind of book that I have grown to have a greater appreciation of recently, and that is audiobooks. Audiobooks have definitely never been my favorite way to read a book. They tend to allow my mind to wander a little bit too much, and I need to be able to focus on the book to understand what's going on. But up until about a month ago, I was working at a job that involved a lot of mindless, repetitive computer work. And I found that audiobooks were one of the best ways to get through that because it was something entertaining instead of just listening to the same playlist or Pandora station over and over again. So today I'm going to share with you a few of my favorite audiobooks that I discovered during that time, so that maybe if you have something really boring that you need to distract yourself, or you have a road trip or something, you will have an idea of some books you could listen to. First up is the most recent audiobook I listened to. I actually listened to it on my road trip when I moved from Utah to Florida, and that is Steelheart by Brandon Sanderson. This was actually a reread for me. I've read the physical copy of the book before, but I really enjoyed the audiobook. I think the narrator does a great job of capturing the characters, and it really pulled me back into the story even though I already knew what was going to happen. Also, my husband, who had not read the book before, really got pulled into it and enjoyed the audiobook a lot. Another audiobook I listened to recently was The Coldest Girl in Cold Town by Holly Black. Just in general, I recommend this book because I think it's a fun vampire book, but I also really liked the audiobook. I really liked how in this book they played some creepy music during some of the really dramatic, creepy vampire scenes. That always makes an audiobook really fun. My third audiobook for you is Since You've Been Gone by Morgan Matson. I really like audiobooks of simple stories, which is why I think a lot of times I like contemporary books in audiobook format. Like I was saying before, sometimes with audiobooks I get lost or confused because I get distracted during like one really pivotal part, and then I don't know what happened and I'm completely lost for the next few chapters. So I really liked Since You've Been Gone because it's a simple contemporary novel about two best friends and what happens when one of them disappears. It had a little bit of mystery to it, but it wasn't so complex that I felt like I was missing things if I got distracted by the work I was doing. And last up is the book, or series of books actually, that got me started on listening to audiobooks, and that is the whole Percy Jackson and the Olympians and Heroes of Olympus series, by Rick Riordan. Basically, I started listening to the Percy Jackson series on audiobook because I wanted to read the books and find out what happened and get in on this whole cultural thing that people loved, but I did not want to take the time to read 8, 9, 10 books. There are now 10 books in that series. And particularly in the Heroes of Olympus series, those books get kind of long, so I could read a couple other books in the time it would take me to read those. So I really recommend the audiobooks for anyone who wants to read all of those books because it helps kind of save you a little bit of time. Listen to it while you commute to work or school or whatever, while you do your homework, I don't know. Those audiobooks are really fun. The narrators for the two different series do lots of cool voices for all the characters, which helps you kind of keep all the mini characters and gods and demigods separated and not so mixed up because there's a lot of characters in those books. So anyway, those are just a few of the audiobooks that I have really liked in my journey of discovering the lovely pleasures of the world of audiobooks. If you want to check out some audiobooks, there are lots of options out there. There are things like audible.com where you can pay a monthly subscription and you get credits for a certain number of books. Lots of codes out there through sponsorships that they do where you can get a free audiobook, so if you can find one of those, it's really cool. And your library is a great resource. Of course, they have books on CD that you can put in your computer and then download onto your phone if you want. And also, most public and school libraries use Overdrive now, which is an app that you can get on your phone or onto your computer or whatever, and you can download audiobooks for free. It's pretty cool. That's how I do lots of my audiobooks, and I love it. Anyway, let me know if there are any audiobooks that you love, or let me know if you check these ones out and you like them too, or if you are not a fan of audiobooks but want to get into reading them. These are some great ones. I don't know, I'm rambling at this point. I'm tired. It's been a long day. that is all for this week. I will see you guys this Sunday at 7:30 Eastern Time for our weekly live chat. Bye.